Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 7 of this Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster Platinum Trophy walkthrough. We're going to pick up where we left off last time. We're just leaving the Altair area, and we're going to Mysidia, which is found a little bit toward the southwest. If you just land on the northern part of the continent in the lower left corner of the map, that's where you want to be. Upon walking around, you'll probably find lots of these guys. These are black flans and red moose enemies. They are very resilient to your physical attacks, so you'll want to use those magical attacks against them. Each one of them has a little bit of a difference in what it's weak to, but if you just focus on alternating between the thunder magic, the fire magic, and the blizzard magic, you should be able to find something that works that can take them all out. It's not very difficult to take these guys out. The main problem is that they like to inflict poison on you, so just make sure that you cure that off of yourself so that you're not taking additional damage. It's not a big deal, but it should be a pretty quick battle for you, and then you can move on to find the next of the monsters. There's lots of them that we need to find in the Overworld as we work our way toward Mysidia, and these are just the first two that we need to find. Mysidia is to the west of this area, so walk through this marshy area. You may encounter some different monsters as you go through here. These are the werewolves. They're pretty easy to eliminate. Just a couple physical attacks should be good for that. They seem to also be fairly weak to fire, so feel free to use that to your advantage as well. But as we go through here, there's lots of different monsters that we need to find, all in the different areas. So there's some that you can probably find a little more easily in the forest, and some in the marsh, and some in the other areas. So you might have to walk around a lot to find them all. Make sure you check down in the comments, because the pinned comment on this video will have all of the ones that you need to find for this area. Another one that you need to find is the Ghost, another undead type of enemy, so they do take damage from the curative spells. Otherwise, just hit them with a couple good physical attacks and they'll be out no problem. Alright, let's keep it going. We have a lot more to find yet. So keep walking around in the forest area. This is Mysidia down here. Eventually we're going to go into that town, but we did run into this cockatrice enemy. This one is really nasty, and you'll see them popping up kind of throughout the rest of the game. They have the ability to hit you with a physical attack and petrify your character, which is not good. It just happened to Layla, and all we have to do to get rid of that is to use a gold needle on her, and that will bring her out of that status. But otherwise, you can just hit them with a couple physical attacks and they'll be gone. If at any point you need to rest to refill your HP or MP or to buy anything, feel free to go into Mysidia. You can go into one of the many shops here and they all have something good for you. So head on over. We're going to take a little rest here at the inn, and we'll make sure that we're all topped up before we continue our monster hunting excursions. Now let's go down into the item shop. There's a couple different vendors here. The middle one has crosses, mallets, maiden's kisses, and we are going to buy lots of gold needles to contend with those cockatrices that we just fought. And we'll just keep up with the other items as well, making sure that we have a good supply just in case we run into any problems later on. Okay, now we're going to walk over toward the weapon shop. It's kind of right near the same area here. There's a couple items here. If you want to buy them, you can. I'm just going to buy a couple of those ice bows because I'm trying to get Maria and Layla to use bows a lot. I think they work pretty well for them, and keeping them in the back row to lessen their amount of damage that's coming their way. So you can do that if you want to. Into the armor shop, we'll see what we have available for us here. There's a nice piece of knight's armor if you need that. Otherwise, some different gloves if you want to put those on anyone. Feel free to purchase any of that stuff. I'm going to buy some giant's gloves for Guy, just that he has a little bit of a bonus over the mithril gloves that he was wearing before. So I'm going to now use one of those gold needles on Layla just to cure her of that petrification status, because unfortunately going and resting at the inn doesn't take care of that. Okay, if we go over to the magic shop, it's in the top left corner, there are 5 different vendors here. We're going to start on the right side and work our way toward the left. The right side has Fear, Basuna, Isuna, and Silence. Nothing that I really need here, so I can skip that one. The next one is Life, Sap, Warp, and Teleport. These are pretty useful in their certain situations, but we don't need to buy anything new from there. The middle one has Barrier, Wall, Swap, and Holy. Those are pretty good, so I'm actually going to purchase those. Holy's fairly expensive though, so you might not have enough money for that one. Next up is Cure, Blink, Protect, and Shell. Those are just the bread and butter of a white mage. Finally, we have Fire, Thunder, Blizzard, and Cure. So purchase any of those if you need to, and also make sure that you teach them to the magicians so that they can actually use them in battle if you so choose. Well, that's all that we're going to do shopping-wise, so now we can head on out again. We're going to continue searching for those monsters. Here we have the Malboro and the Parasite. We found the Parasite earlier. That's something new, but the Malboro is new for us. We're going to make sure that we try to target those things down first, just because we don't really want to get hit with all of their negative status effects that they can inflict upon us. So make sure that you eliminate them first and then move on toward the Parasites. The Malboro can hit you with a physical attack and stun you, which kind of takes you out of the fight for a while. That happened to Layla. She seems to be getting picked on pretty heavily by all of these monsters and their status effects. But it doesn't take too long to take them out, probably just 1 round per monster that you fight, and then they'll be gone. Okay, let's keep walking around here. We still have more Bestiary entries to add. So here is a bomb. That's the one on top, the more red one, and the mine is on the bottom. We've defeated the mines before, but the bomb is the new one that we have to add to the Bestiary. Okay, keep walking around. We're not quite done yet. There's still a few more. Here we have a couple of vampire girls. These are new to us. The Killer Mantis is one that we fought before, and the vampire girls are undead, and they can steal health from you and do some negative status effects. So target those ones down. You can use those cure spells if you really want to do some damage to them, but a couple of physical attacks is more than enough to eliminate those guys. Okay, coming around, we are getting close to the end here. We have a couple of flying rays in front and a couple of big horns in the back. These guys really aren't so bad. We will encounter big horns later on as well, so it's not super critical that you get them here, but if you want to just get them out of the way, then you can add them to the Bestiary right around to Mysidia as well. So they are kind of tough. They'll take a few more attacks than you might be used to eliminate them, but ultimately they're not so bad. They can do some, decent damage to you, but you don't need to worry too much about that at all. Okay, now for the last one, I actually had to go up to the land bridge, which is all the way to the left side of the map here, and walk around here, and eventually you will come across another kind of monster. These are the imps in the back. And the imps can do some nasty status effects to you, so I would probably recommend you target them down first. I just threw 1 attack at each of them. They have pretty low HP, so just 1 attack each will probably be enough to eliminate them. And then all you have to do is deal with the werewolves, but we already found those earlier, so not a big deal. We can eliminate these guys pretty quickly, and these are the last things that we needed to add to the Bestiary at this point. So again, we walked all the way from the far east side of this area all the way to the far left side, looking all around. It took quite a while for me to find all of these guys, but luckily we were able to get rid of all of them. We got some good weapon levels in the process, and that's really important for us at this point in the game. Okay, we're going to go back to Mysidia, and we can head down here. We're going to check the Bestiary real quick just to make sure that we have everything. So let's start off by going down to number 30, that's the Ghost. If we head down to number 43, that's Cockatrice. Number 48 is Bighorn. Number 56 is Flying Ray. Number 61 is Werewolf. Number 63 is Imp. Number 65 is Malboro. Number 78 is Red Moose. Number 79 is Black Flan. Number 83 is Vampire Girl. And finally, number 102 is Bomb. So hopefully you got all of those. Again, if you want to see that list more succinctly, go look down at the pinned comment down below this video. Okay, let's get on with the story now. We can head into Mysidia. I'm going to make a quick stop over at the inn just so that I can refill all of my health after fighting all of those monsters. Reminder that if you use that cure spell outside of battle, not only will you be able to keep leveling it up, which is really nice, but you can also save some money at the inn. Okay, our next destination is toward the bottom left part of this town. So head all the way over there. There's going to be a house in the bottom left corner, and that's the one that you want to go into. So hop on inside there. If you head up and to the right, you'll see a bookcase which you can interact with. Now you want to ask it a couple things. The first thing that we're going to ask it about is the mask. Make of the white mask an offering to the goddess beneath Mysidia. If thou art pure of heart, the doppelganger will cease to move. Then fit the black mask upon him, and both he and his defiled heart shall fade. We can also ask about the ultimatum. In ages past, Pandemonium, the palace of the Lord of Hell, emerged unto our land. The mages of old wove a spell of fearsome power and banished Pandemonium, averting the crisis. However, the mages feared that the spell was so powerful it could throw the world into chaos. So they constructed a great tower and sealed within it the tome inscribed with the spell's secrets. Okay, that's all that we need to do for right now, so head on out of this house. And it said we need to make an offering to the goddess underneath Mysidia, so go to the right and up into the center of this pond area. There's some stairs leading down. So go down and all the way to the left. You can see a statue of the goddess on this platform, so go up there, interact with it, and then you can use the key item white mask on it. You place the white mask on the statue. Okay, that's all we need to do here, so let's head back the way we came over toward the right, and then we'll go up the stairs. And we are actually done with Mysidia, so you can walk around and leave town at this point. Alright, back on the world map, we're going to go back to our ship. You can see it as the blue dot on your map, so head east toward the marshland and then north through the forest. Hop back in your ship. Now we're going to actually go back to Castle Deist. We have not gotten all of the treasure chests that we need. In fact, there's still 8 more that we need to collect there. So let's go back around. We're going to go through the channel once again. We've done this many times so far, and we're not quite done yet. And we're going to go all the way south, and that's going to put us out in the top right corner of the map, and that will be very close to where Castle Deist is. So once you go through there, then work your way down and you will make landfall on the top right island of the map. And now we're just going to walk around and into Castle Deist right by this little lake. From here, just proceed straight north, and we're going to go up to the 2nd floor. Now start going all the way toward the east, and there will be a staircase leading down, so take that staircase. From here, just go all the way to the left. If you keep going all the way to the end of this hallway, there's going to be a door right here. Go up into the door, and here are 8 treasure chests that we need to collect. So lots of good stuff in here. Go ahead and loot all of it. Alright, and that concludes this place. We have all 14 treasure chests now, so let's head on out and we will go back to our ship. So that was just a little bit of a detour for us, but we need to collect all the chests in the game to get the platinum trophy. So with that out of the way, we are now one step closer to getting that trophy completed. Back out here, we can go all the way south, and we're going back to the world map, and then taking a nice little hike around the lake, and eventually we will get back to our ship, and then we can continue heading toward our next destination. So at this point, we're just going to go back straight north. We're going to pop up from the top of the map all the way down to the bottom of the map, And then there's a little speck of land kind of in the middle of the ocean down here, and that's where we want to go. So there's a little island here, head over there, hop out, and then go into the cave. This is the tropical island. We will once again have to deal with some fairly nasty monsters around here. Head down south first, there's an eye drop at the bottom, and then we will proceed up. Here we encountered a yellow jelly. This is very similar to the black flan and the red moose. In fact, you can see a red moose right here next to it. And we're just going to focus on using those magical attacks. Thunder doesn't do a whole lot to it. Luckily, it doesn't absorb that. And also, Blizzard does pretty well. So you can use Blizzard against it, and it kind of resists fire. So just focus on Blizzard if you want to get rid of that yellow flan. Otherwise, head back all the way here, and you can go up and grab a high potion in the top, and then go down a little bit, and you can see the next treasure chest. Go ahead and open that one up for another high potion. Go back down to this main intersection, and now go left and down. You can stay along the bottom of this room all the way until you get to this treasure chest with the ether. Skip that first hallway, go back to the second one on the right, and then go all the way down and work your way toward the bottom left corner of this area. That will give you the spider silk. Now we're going all the way back toward the middle of this area and north. We can go all the way to the top left corner and then work our way down once again until we get down to the bottom left corner. That will take us to the stairs. Now on the second floor, we're going to work our way toward the top left corner of this area. Just head north and you will find the treasure chest on the top left corner. Go ahead and grab that and then go down and down the stairs nearby. The third floor is pretty simple, just head straight down. You can grab the treasure chest on the way. That contains another spider silk, and now we'll go down the stairs from there. On the fourth floor, work our way toward the right, and then we're going to go up and take the next staircase. We now find ourselves back on the first floor of the tropical island, and there's lots of guys walking around with these weird masks. You can talk to them if you want to, but you don't really have to do anything here. You just have to stay here for a moment for the Adventurous Wayfarer trophy, and then you can leave. On our way back, we ran into these poison toads. Now, this may surprise you, but they can actually poison you if they hit you. So the best thing to do is just to hit them once or twice, and they'll be gone, and then you can move on before they have a chance to damage you and poison you. We're going to backtrack all the way that we came, so just follow these very linear pathways and get back toward the main hall that we were in before we started going on this little detour. So back on the second floor, we're now going to go all the way toward the right side of the map, and we're going to find a treasure chest in the top right corner for a Scourge Tome. And as we head down the far right side, we will hug the right wall first and grab a Blind Tome from the bottom right corner, then go back north a little bit until you get to the next treasure chest with another Scourge Tome. And we will finally go down and all the way toward the bottom left corner that we can access here. We'll grab a Blind Tome from this chest and now head up toward the middle, and we're going to work our way toward the stairs and take those to leave this room. Now on the third floor, we're going to head down. There's a treasure chest at the bottom. You can open that up for some garlic, and we'll head back up toward the staircase that we took to get down here. We encountered the wild horn enemy at this point, and it's not very difficult. It doesn't have a whole lot of HP. It doesn't hit very hard at all. So just use a couple attacks and these guys will be dead and we can move right along. From the stairs, head right and go up. You'll work your way through this hallway. There's really only one way to go here. Just loop around the center of the room and you'll eventually come to some stairs, so take those. Now this room's a little more complicated. From the stairs, we're going to start going toward the top left corner of this area where there's going to be a staircase. So go this direction first, and we will just pick up the one treasure chest for a death idol in this little room, and then head back the way we came. Now we're going to go back toward the staircase that we took to get here, and instead of going up it, we're going to go all the way down below it and take another staircase at the bottom of the room. From here, just go to the right and straight up. There's going to be a treasure chest for you to collect. It does have some monsters inside of it. These guys aren't very difficult though. They are all very weak toward fire magic, so if you have either fire-based weapons or you have a good fire spell, it'll do pretty well. They can blind you, but blindness doesn't do anything to our magical abilities, so I'll just cast a good fire spell on all of them. Just have everyone line up a group magic attack, and by the end of this turn, all 8 enemies will be eliminated, and we don't have to worry about them anymore. With all of those monsters out of the way, we get our reward, which is going to be just a phoenix down, and now head back down to the staircase. From here, we're going to stick along the bottom side of this room, and there's another staircase in the bottom right corner, so go up that one. We're going to proceed up and through the path here. We're going all the way to the north, where we will find yet another staircase to take. From here, we're going to go down and take the staircase at the bottom. And now we'll go down and all the way to the left. This is just a very long hallway sort of room, and there are 3 treasure chests on the far side with sleep grass, and we did get the veteran treasure hunter at this time. You probably got it a little bit earlier than what I did, just because I did some things out of order when I filmed them. I did the Castle Deist stuff a while ago, so just know that you probably got it earlier than what I did, but you should get it still within this whole tropical island area. Well, the treasure chest here just had some repeat monsters for us, the poison toad and the wild horn, and then we get a sleep grass from the 3rd chest. So we got that veteran treasure hunter trophy. We're 50% done with all the treasure chests, and now we can head through the stairs again. We have to go back through all of these hallways that we took to get here, so just proceed along this path, and eventually you'll get back out into the big room with all of those different staircases that we have to take. Now that we're there, we're going to proceed north. We can just kind of hug that right wall, and it's going to take us to where we want to go. So if you walk around here, you'll eventually see a treasure chest, so pop up and grab that one for 1,000 gil, and now go all the way to the right side and go up the staircase. You can see a treasure chest right near you when you come up here, grab the sleep tome, and now we're going all the way to the left, and when you get down to the left side, go down, you'll see a doorway, head through that door. You can see the boss standing before us, so make sure that you do a little quick save, and then you can go up and talk to it. Itgard Mask! Well, we fight not just 1, but 4 of those bighorn monsters that we fought outside of Mysidia, so this is not a difficult battle. Each one of these guys has 1,140 HP, but they don't do a whole lot of damage to us either. They kind of max out in the low 100 range, so we can take a good beating before we even have to think about healing from these guys. We're just going to overwhelm them with our attacks. They should be done with just a couple turns, and you probably don't even need to heal throughout this entire fight. And with those guys out of the way, walk forward and open up the treasure chest, because you found the black mask in the chest. Okay, let's have a look. We have all 20 of the treasure chests, and now we'll do a quick Bestiary check to make sure that we have everything. So starting off, let's scroll on down. We get down to number 49, that's the wild horn. Number 50 is the poison toad. And if we go down a little bit further, we'll see number 77 is the yellow jelly. Those are the only 3 new things that we added to the Bestiary for this whole dungeon. At this point, we can head up. There's a purple warp pad. Interact with it, and that will teleport us straight out of the dungeon. Now that we have the black mask, we can make a little bit more progress with the game. So hop aboard your ship, and we're going to sail toward the northwest until we get to the island where Mysidia is. So land anywhere around here, this desert area is fine. We're going to walk north, and if you can see the map, there's like a spiral of mountains that go around here. We're going to go in the opening of that spiral and walk down until you get to this little mountain area with the opening for it. That's going to be our next destination, but we will take a break right here. Please take a moment to like this video, comment down below, share it with a friend, and of course, subscribe to keep up to date with the rest of the series. All of that is great for the YouTube algorithm. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next one. Have a good day.